Hi. Hi. Welcome, welcome. I am so glad you've joined today. I'm doing a quick overview of my class to go. I know I've done 20 videos already, but I thought just in case some of you who are doing this class yourselves or you got my class to go kit and you really are pretty quick to catch on and you can do things on your own, that maybe you might want to just watch one quick overview instead of watching each individual one. And that way you can go and watch the details of those, the ones that you have a question about. So hopefully that makes sense. We're going to go through all 20 cards real quickly and just show you what you would get in the kit. I think I have one or two left. All the rest of them are already purchased. But you can get the tutorial. And these Memories and More card bases and the Memories and More card packs are now on sale if they still have any left. They were still available the last time I checked. So if y'all wanted to do this on your own and just purchase the PDF tutorial from me, you can do that for 20 bucks. Or if you want to try to figure it all out from the videos, you can do that. But thanks for joining, whether you're live on Facebook or live on YouTube, or if you're watching the replay. I'm really thrilled that you're here to watch. And I hope this gives you some ideas of what you can do with some simple cards, and you can still be creative even if you have limited supplies, which is what I tried to do on this one. I didn't use any dies. I didn't use any texture emboss folders, any embossing, not even any stamping. You can stamp on the inside, but I wanted to show you what you can do with just the limited supplies of cardstock, some embellishments, a few ribbons, and then the Memories and More Sweet Thoughts card pack and the Memories and More Sweet Thoughts cards and envelopes, or however they call them, something like that. The supply list should be below the video. So stay tuned, hang on. We're going to go one by one, just kind of in the order of it should hopefully match up with the order that I did the tutorials and the videos. There was one little mix up with the two cards at the end, but I think other than that, we ought to be good. So let me get these in order and we will be on our way. Hope y'all are having a great weekend. I had a major dizzy spell this morning. I don't know what was the cause of all that, but I was sitting here trying to do stuff on the computer and I thought I was going to fall out of my chair on the right. So who knows? I think it was just maybe the start of a migraine. I'm not sure, but hopefully everything will go okay and I won't have to rush you too much. Thanks again. I'm glad you've tuned in, and we will get started. I'll flip this camera over. And let me turn the comments on. Please comment. Let me know who you are and where you're from. Would love to know that. And we're going to go switcheroo. All right, we're ready. We're going to back up here. Let's see. Now that I've got them all piled out, I think those are still going to be in order. But what you will get if you got one of my kits, you will have in a big bag, and you can of course do this yourself, and this is what I would recommend doing definitely once you get if you decide to do it on your own, is get the Memories and More card bases, split them up with the Memories and More cards, and then I've got the ribbons that I coordinated with it, and then you've got an extra pack of embellishments that I didn't even use, and then you have a half a pack of the rhinestone basic jewels. So all of that comes with this class to go kit. And you'll have them all kitted up like this. Let me see if I can get a little more room here. I think that'll be easier. Okay, I'm going to look at my instructions. This one is the Love You Forever card. And you'll get, let's move that out of the way. You're going to get one of the Calypso Coral or Pretty Peacock bases. So, or what we have in this kit, half and half. So this is the coral, obviously. And this card, I have already cut down this side. And I've cut off, let's see. I should say. And it evidently doesn't. So let's see how big this is, so y'all will know. I'll have to add that to my... Okay, we cut off 2 inches of the 6 card. These are 4 by 6, and these are 3 by 4. So I just fussy cut around this one. I decided I wanted it turned, as you can see, I turned it this way. You could, of course, do it the other way and put this card on the other side. However you want to do it would be hunky-dory. And then you'll have, I went through and found some of my designer series paper that coordinated so that I could put a little strip on the inside also. So that one's not part of the kit and it is retired, as are all the inside strips. But so you'll need those 2 cards, and that one will be cut down 2 inches. And then you'll need these foil pieces that are obviously on here, and then your embellishments, and that's it. And then all the strips for the inside, they're either long where you can put them in this way, and if you put them in this way, they're going to be a little short side to side. So you may want to trim, like trim here to here, so that you have an even space on the middle and then the hearts in properly. But that's totally up to you. These cards are 6 1/4, and the designer series paper was just 6 inches. So it doesn't quite go all the way. So if you want to trim the card, you can do that. Totally up to you. I'm not going to go through that on all the strips for the inside, because some of them go horizontally and some of them go vertically. But that's all there is to that one. And then you just use your petal pink ribbon, put the bow strips, attach them to the back, attach your strips around here. I put Stampin' Seal on the back and then put the ribbon on, put the ribbon on, put the bow on. If you want more details, again, look at the specific video for this card. All righty then, we'll go right along and go to our next card, which is this happy card right here. And it comes with, oops, kind of going from 2 different places here. You've got a piece of the crushed curry, and all these are in the PDF instructions that you get if you buy the class, or if you want to buy the PDF tutorial, which is a bucket card. That's a deal. So I did the happy birthday. You could switch that up if you wanted. And this is part of another card, part of that floral card that we just did. This is that 2 inches. I'll show you real quick since I have it here handy. You can see that's what I cut off of there for our first card. So I'm using this. You fussy cut around there and stick it on here so that it's the right width to fit on the crushed curry. You can see that. And then this is your strip for the inside of the card if you want that. And then you can use either, I originally had the pecan pie bordered ribbon because of this pecan pie right here. And then I added the little strip of stars or whatever those are, stars or flowers. So that's all there is to that. And then just add your embellishments wherever you want them. And I've shoved these in and out of envelopes so much that my little embellishments are moving. Then if you want to use some Wink of Stella, that would be lovely. All right. That's it for that card. And if you have any questions, I know we're going pretty quickly, but you have all the details in the, oh, I'm going to mess these up. I just know it here. Dang it. Okay. All right. We've got to make sure I'm paying attention here. This is going back in this envelope. That's for a kit. Okay. This is for this card. So you've got the 2 different ribbons. Now we're up with the sunshine card. I think both of these are going to be, both of those are the same. I've done 2 of those. You've got your My Sunshine card. And then I cut the Lovely Moments off right here. And if you want to use that for something else, you can, or use the Lovely Moments. You can just fussy cut right around those like that. That's what I use there. And then I have a strip of a crushed curry designer series paper on the inside. And then you've got your little black piece here that you're going to mirror. You're going to cut this out right along that edge so that you can pop that up. We're going to put that on here. And we've got some little flowers. And that's it. Hang on, I've got somebody beating on the door. Just a sec. I'll be right back. No. Sorry. No, thanks. Bye-bye. I thought maybe you lost your ball in the backyard. So, all right. Bye-bye. I'm back. I had two little neighborhood kids just drop by and knock on the door, and they were wanting to know if we had kids to go play ball with them. Okay, where was I? And then I just took the black and white gingham ribbon, which you'll have in your little packet, or you could use another coordinating ribbon. You could use either a peacock or a crushed curry ribbon with that. All right, there's that one. All right, that was card number 3. And oops, that does not look like it's in the right one. I'm gonna have to go back and fix these. All right, that goes in this one. Okay, then we have card number 4. That is our Life is Wonderful card. And this obviously pretty peacock base. And you've got your Life is Wonderful. I cut off part of this to go on card number 20. I cut off 1/2 inch at the top so that I'd have 2 rows of the pecan pie hearts. And that just barely, I mean, you cut into this a little bit, but I think it's worth it to have that little strip on the other card. So you'll fussy cut that out. And then you've got this other little flower to pop up on the banner. And I found this one for the inside that I thought would go great. This is a past designer series paper. And we'll use that strip on the inside. And then this card I've cut down. I cut the banner off at the bottom. And then I cut the side off. And then you just want to make it fit on this crushed curry. Fussy cut that. Pop that up. That's it. Mount it on your pretty peacock. Add your embellishments. Okay. There's that one. Now we're ready for card number 5. I've got 2 options on this one. On the video, I did it with Calypso Coral, or you can do it with just leave Lost Lagoon and make it monochromatic and use your Wink of Stella, which really does show up. It really is pretty on this. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but pretty. So very nice, monochromatic. Use some embellishments, or you can color this in and use a ribbon that you have. This one is a retired Calypso Coral. I thought I was going to really like this that I colored with my blends, but I really think I like the monochromatic better. So in your kits, I just have the Lost Lagoon, and then I have a coordinating piece of Lost Lagoon-ish paper to go on the inside if you want that. And this is one you'll just put on the side. So you would put it in, or I would, if I were doing this, which I'm going to, I would put it on the side like that. Just kind of maybe give it a little bit room on the left. And there you have it. That's all there is to that. I just wrap the ribbon around, put the Stampin' Seal on the back of this, seal, ribbon, and then attach your bow with the glue dot. And that's all there is to that one. Okay. Next we have the You Are Sweet card on a Calypso base. And I've already punched out your dies for you if you got the kit from me. If not, you can punch out your own. This is a decorative circle label punch. I think it's what that's called. And then I have just a circle punch here, which the size is all in the instructions. And the You Are Sweet comes from your kit. And then you'll add your little petal pink bow. And this would be the strip on the inside. Like I would probably do it top or bottom like that with the garden green. Isn't that fun? Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Okay. So that's that kit. Here we go with this card. Back in its little envelope. Okay, and we're ready for the next one. Whoop, there went my ruler. This little film strip card. This is card number 7, the Happy Hello. And of course, all these are my designs. I just figured out, I took a pack of paper and took 2 days to figure it all out and figure what I wanted where. So I took this, cut the edge off of it. It used to be this whole piece. And then I flipped this around like that. And on the black piece that's a sticker already that you get in your Memories and More pack, you'll add that to your white card. And the white card won't really show on the outside. So it can be a little shorter than your card piece. If it sticks over a little bit, just trim it. No big deal. So this just peels right off. And just try to get it where the little inside dots stay on. Does that make sense? Kind of keep them in there when you're peeling it up like that. See where they stay there, because you just want the outside space or the negative space. And you'll attach it to that. And if you want to add your little bow, that's great. And you could put a happy hello, or there's a love little thing that's cute. That's like a little tab. You could put love, happy. I mean, you've got several options. Or you can stamp a different greeting if you want to do that. But that's all there is to that card. Add your little embellishments. You'll be good to go. Okay. Now, do what makes your soul happy. That would be on the Calypso Coral base. And it started off, let's see, this card had these 2 pieces right here, like that. I cut those off, used these like they are. Fussy cut around there. Add that here. And add these. You just cut these and make them whatever size this is, however far you want that to go. If you can see here, if you wanted it to be a little wider, you could try to do that and make these as long as you want to. So you'll adjust the size of these to fit whatever you want to do, however much you want to overlap this onto here. Okay, because you've already cut one side off of this so that you'll have room to do that. So I've already cut it on if you bought the kit, but you'll have to cut the side off if you want. And the instructions are in the PDF, but that's how that works. And then I've got just that little piece of crushed curry for the inside to kind of bring that color in. Okay. And we're going to do our butterfly card. This is our big one. And then the next card is a small one. And I did not cut this for you because I think you need to learn how to do it yourself. It's not hard. It's just you got to think about it. Okay. So on the big butterfly card, this one, I've given you a black sheet that is big enough for this whole butterfly to go on. And you're just going to whoop, 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 easily fussy cut that out. Not go in and out, in and out. Just make a general shape. Attach it to the black. Cut it out with a little border. And then you can either cut this in half. Well, you need to cut it in half either way. Let me show you both butterflies so you can see the difference here. Can you see on this one, the Love You to Pieces is mounted flat onto the big butterfly base. And this is just the negative space. That's just the original body. You could add a body and pop it up if you wanted, a butterfly body. And that's what I did to this one. Added a butterfly body that's wink of stellid. And this is popped up and the body's popped up. But I really think I like just the flat mounted, the Love You to Pieces mounted directly to here better. And you could add a body still if you want. But you can do that either way. But the main part of the card, now that we've got all that little stuff taken care of, the main part of the card is going to be, you're going to cut this in half to here. Leave this flap on. Leave the left flap on. So cut up to here, the score line, which is going to be 4 1/8, I believe. I dropped my ruler a while ago. Let's see if I can reach it. Yes. 4. Well, that looks almost like 4 1/4. Oh, it is 4 1/4. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 6 1/2. Okay, so it's at 4 1/4. So there you go. Cut that on, leave this flap on, then you're going to cut this side of the flap off because we're going to use it on this card. You can see where that is glued. On this card, you've got a blue flap with this glued flat. This card, we have the orange flap with the blue one glued flat. Okay, so you're going to use the orange card base on this one or Calypso Coral to do that butterfly, and then the pretty peacock on the other one. And another thing I wanted to remind you, when you're doing this, you got to think about layering here. So you're going to have to wrap, if you want this black and white gingham on there, wrap that around. Again, seal, ribbon, wrap, glue, like that. And I added a little wink of Stella right there. So you'll need to do that on both sides before you add the butterfly. And then when you add the butterfly, you're obviously only going to put dimensionals on the left side that opens up. Okay, whichever way you do that. So there's the butterfly, the big butterfly. And we'll put both of those up. Put this one over. Now we've got this card. So here's the blue card that you're going to take this base, cut it up halfway, but you're going to cut off the left side and keep the right side. Okay, keep that where you can do that. And again, on the butterfly, you're only going to put dimensionals under this part. You're not going to put any glue, anything there, because that's going to pop up like that. Okay, now here's your butterfly that's a sticker. And if you're going to pop it up like I did, I would put the dimensionals on and then go on with the embossing powder. And I show you how to do that in the video for this particular card. I also put this card in my scoreboard and score. Just the very first, I scored this very first little, from this color to this color. It's kind of ombre, and I just put it between the first and second section there. And I cut all those apart. So if you're going to score these, I would go ahead and score them all and then cut them apart, because you're going to use 3 of the words on here and you're saving the amazing and wonderful for a different card. Okay, you'll just use these 3 and then space them out with a little bit of crushed curry between. And this is just the circle cut in half right there. Just cut it in half. It doesn't even have to be exactly in half. And I mounted that flat and then popped this whole thing up. These individual deals are mounted flat to the crushed curry, and then this whole square is popped up, as is the butterfly. Hoki dokie, smoky. All right, now we've got our little butterfly done. Let's see that. Try not to mix all these up. Okay, now we've got another flat butterfly, which is this one. I love you each and every day. I'll tell my hubby that. He's a sweetheart. Sometimes he can be ornery and stubborn, just like I can. But I do love him each and every day. Okay, this one is easy peasy. I don't think I even cut a thing off of it. Nope, I did not. Okay, this is the back of another card, and it'll tell you on the PDF where that came from. I cut off a 1/2 inch off of somewhere. And then this one came from that lovely and wonderful that we had on the last card. Let me pull that up again. Whoop, it would be over here. This piece used to be attached right here. Can you see that? And it had a longer piece that was extended that were all plain, and we used that on a different card. So this is a strip I cut off first before I scored. All right, there we go. So this is another piece of DSP that I found that I thought worked well with this for the inside. But this card, I would cut off whichever end you want to cut off. I liked cutting this part off so it would fit exactly on here. I think I did it this way and I lined that up. So I cut off the lightest bit of the Calypso coral, and I cut the brown off, whatever that is, pecan pie, I think, and put that on there. And just make it, this is, I think you can see, I've overlapped this piece. About half of it is onto that card and about half of that. Just make sure that you're doing it. Audition your pieces, figure out where that needs to go. Like that. Boop, line that up. There you have it. And that goes on the inside. And you would, of course, wrap your linen thread. You'll wrap it around a couple times the card after you've glued these two pieces to the white card. Wrap that around, glue that on with a glue dot. Okay. So put the seal on the back, wrap the ribbon around, then add your double bow with the linen thread. Okay. And on to the next one. We've got this one. Amazing and Wonderful. So here are the two. I told you we were going to use those on a different card. So we've got those right here. This comes from a card. We cut this portion off of a 3x4 and took the other and used those on different cards that have this part showing. And this is, again, just a retired DSP that I've got for the inside. This is a piece of pecan pie. And just make sure you kind of audition your pieces, put them all on like they're going to go on, and then add this Amazing and Wonderful here. And then you'll pop up the paintbrush, and before you glue this piece on, you want to wrap the ribbon around it, seal, add your bow on top with a glue dot, and then pop this up. And that's it. That is that card. Okie dokie. Now, here's the other card that uses that one. See, you can tell this card has the Calypso coral base. And I've got the petal pink for the inside, which it is kind of that petal pink color. Petal pink is kind of a lighter Calypso coral. And if you wanted to use this instead, you could get by with that if you wanted with this. I just kind of like the really subtle, because we've got the subtle ombre here. I liked having that at the top. So you'll just figure out if you want that. I think that's the way I did it. Just put that whole strip on there, line that up, wrap your ribbon around it, seal on the back, and then you'll stick your little, this is your little sticker. If you don't want it sticky on the back, put your, what is it called? I forgot. Dimensional. Put your dimensional on, and then embossing buddy around it. Again, watch the video if you have questions. Same thing here with that ribbon. And that's it. So this will be on the inside where it's not with that coral, which will be good. But it kind of has the same, you know, it's got the black outline, and it is a flower, and it is the petal pink that's like this. So if y'all don't think that matches well enough, you can find your own piece of whatever DSP you've got that will coordinate with the card. That'll work just great. That was just the best I could find in my stash. All right, we've got that. I did put that back in there. No, I did not. Okay, let's put it back in here. Now, all set with that card. Moving right along. Okay, now here's the paintbrush card. Another paintbrush card. Okay, let's see where we are here. What's our number? Okay, we're on number 14. Okay, this is card 14. Sorry, I haven't been saying that all along. I should have been. All right. Pretty peacock base. You've got another petal pink for the inside, you've got these two pieces that I cut off of that card that we just had, you know, that had this on one side. We used a big piece of it on one card, and then we used this on one card. And now you're going to use this on two cards. I mean, this card with the paintbrush, and you'll have the little pop-up. Should have that sticker in here. If it doesn't, yes. You could do love you, or you could do love this, either way. And what I did, if you want to use this big strip on the outside, this copper strip here for another card, which is actually the Hello Beautiful card, you could try to save that. It was difficult to get that exactly straight because I was just cutting it out of that sticker sheet. So I would actually just cut, these would be 3 inches, and you don't quite have 6 inches all the way across. So you're going to have to cut the 3 inches, cut these individually. They're already stickered. So kind of measure 3 inches and then just probably cut it with your scissors and then put those on here. And then that will leave you the rest to kind of patch up and use on a different card. Okay. That's all we have to that. And I actually did attach this to this paintbrush card, attach this sticker to the blue card, and then I popped this card up and put these flat. But if you're not used to doing that, then you might want to just attach this directly flat to the back of this card like that. Okay, that would be easier to do. This one is a little bit more. You really have to kind of properly audition your pieces. Glue this one flat, and then leave room to pop this one up, and then you'll stick this one underneath here and glue it flat. So it works either way. Okie dokie. And that is card number 14. Moving along. Okay, here's the Hello Beautiful card. This is the one I was talking about that I used on one of these. I used the copper strip, so I'm telling you ahead of time that it might be a little difficult. If you've got something like this Calypso coral ribbon, you could use that instead. You could use a different ribbon that's a coordinating color. I just wanted to show you a couple different positions with the butterfly to see how you like that. And this, I fussy cut a little bit more. I thought it looked kind of funny as it was in here. If you leave it with all that white, it just kind of filled up a funky space in the O, I thought. So I fussy cut a little bit around there so I would have just that little more spiky look. But you can do it however you want. And I did on the butterfly too. You can tell. See how wide that white space is on the outside? I trimmed that down on the butterflies. And all you have is the Hello Beautiful that's from one card, and then this is from a different card, and I left it at the top and this at the bottom like that. And then I've got this piece for the inside that's a retired DSP. You could use whatever you want if you're making this kit yourself. Okay, there's my 2 options of the Hello Beautiful. Which is card number 15. And now we're going to move on to card 16, which is the You're Nothing Short of Amazing. I kind of did that. Let me see if I did that. Yeah, I did it a different way when I did the video. I've got 2 different ways to use your little copper strips. My phone is just not. There we go. A little better. So you could put these little copper strips on however you want. And it depends if you're going to have extra of that copper strip that we talked about earlier. I don't think you can do all 3 of those. You would have to patch it if you're going to do that. So just do the other one first. And then if you have extra and want to do this here, you can. But I kind of like the simplicity of this better than having that strip. I kind of think with this pattern and this grid pattern that was too much. So I like this one better. And you'll get in your kit, you'll have the 2 cards that are already cut off. This one has a strip that I don't think we use. You've got your copper foil, And then you'll fussy cut around this whole thing all the way around, leaving, I left some of the peacock border because I liked it. And that's totally up to you. There's that. And then I had this for the inside to bring that a little bit of that Calypso coral to the inside. And that's all we have on that card. We'll put that one up. There's your two choices there. And next we have a happy anniversary card. And I think on my, this is card number 17 on the tutorial. I did not have the black and white ribbon, but I just decided it needed it. So because of I tied in the black, I'd used half a circle there with the happy. And I'm not seeing that black piece. I may have to look back over the kits. Goodness gracious sakes alive. I've been through these like 100 times. Oh, this is the wrong envelope, maybe. Yes, it is. Yay, it's in there. Hoorah. Okay, so now you're using this border was what was the border on the Hello Beautiful originally. And I'm using the back of it with this one. This is what we cut off those two pieces from the previous card. So that's all you've got there. The happy is stuck. The happy and the anniversary are stuck on the black piece after I cut it in half. Just kind of arrange those on there. I used a little wink of Stella right along the edge. You can tell right here. You can wink of Stella your flowers a little bit, your butterflies if you want. And I just glued these strips to the back of this card like that on both sides. All right, top and bottom. And then you will have this piece. This is a retired DSP that's going on the inside with your little gingham bow. And that's all there is to that card. Hoorah, I'm so happy I don't have to go back and add those black circles. Yay! Okay, now for the love card. Number 18, Love Stacked. And I've got this in a couple of different ways to use it too. On one of these, I use just the large embellishments here. You can see on the O's, the inside of the O. Isn't that pretty? With the rhinestone, what are iridescent rhinestone basic jewels, I think are what they're called, where you get a half a pack when you buy my kit. Or you can purchase a pack of those. I'm not sure if those are, I know they're retiring. I don't know if they're still available, and I don't know if they're discounted right now. But on this one, you can see I kind of fussy cut around those little flowers that were on a long strip from the previous card. If you want to cut those out and make it look like that, it's just kind of tough to, it's a lot of fussy cutting, and you have to put them on a mini dimensional. And I did this Calypso coral one I used, instead of using the flower that I used on the others, I used the iridescent rhinestone there. But that's totally up to you. You can use all of one, all the other, or make a mix. And, whoops, I didn't show you what was in the kit. So that whole card is in there. And I also have, you'll fussy cut these flowers that go at the bottom. As you can see, you just fussy cut around those. And this is cut off the same one that's going to be our next card, which is card number 19, the Dream Big card. That's cut off of there. And I flipped it over, fussy cut those, add that here. And then I also have a couple of these, like if you wanted to put maybe on this love one, you could put either that or this. This is from a retired DSP. This is just for the people who bought the kit. They'll have this option unless you have this at home. But I thought that was really cute with the hearts. And then put the matching coordinating heart strip on the inside of the card. So you've got a couple choices there. And that's all there is to that one. And we'll put these two love choices up. Love, love, love. Okay. Next is our card number 19, which is the Dream Big. I think both of these are just alike that I did. Let me look for sure. Yep. And, excuse me. All right. We have I did a little scoring in between these lines. And this is the part of that card that I said earlier we used on, this little migraine has kind of kicked in, so I'm not sure which card that was. But we had these lines on one card. Now I scored in between them just to give it some interest and some depth and some texture. I saw another demonstrator do this. I have no idea who it was. Her card was totally different, but she did do that. And I really liked it. And just make sure, remember to put the seal on the back, stick your linen thread, wrap 3 times, and then come back with your double bow and add that with a glue dot on there. You can add the embellishments as you wish. And that's the Dream Big card. Number 19. Now we're on number 20. Hoorah! 20 of 20. The world needs more people like you. Who wouldn't want to get that card? Okay, here's what's in the kit for that one. And here are the 2 cute little pecan hearts. This is what came off the very top of that Life is Wonderful that we fussy cut for that other card. But it really needed that balance, I thought, here. And this came off of the bottom it came off the top. This was on here like that originally on this 3x4 card. And I cut it off. And then that way you can add it, glue. And before you glue, you'd have to add your ribbon. Seal, wrap, add the glue dot bow. I mean, not bow, but not like that. Wrap your petal pink around the green. And then this I thought worked great. It has the Calypso Coral and the Crushed Curry and Garden Green and Petal Pink. Has all those colors, and it's a retired designer series paper. So that's what I would use as your inside strip. So all of these you could use however you want, but that's what I did on my cards. And just wanted to kind of give you a quick overview just in case you bought the kit from me, or if you want the tutorial, you'll see how I put all that together. And then if you have questions, it'll be a lot easier if you have the actual written tutorial. And that's on the link underneath the video. So thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope this wasn't rushed too much, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and you'll subscribe to my blog and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and come back for more fun times ahead. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, I will try to keep up with the comments later. Check back if YouTube sends me something and says you had a comment. I'll be glad to answer if you have a question. Thanks again for tuning in, and be sure and look at the supply list below this video. And if you're interested in the PDF tutorial, you can click on that link and it'll take you to the Google form. If you want to see the videos for any of these individual cards, I've got all of those videos posted under one playlist that is linked below. So thanks again for tuning in. Y'all have a great weekend. Fun times ahead. Thanks. Bye-bye.